Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope all is well. We've been live the last few days playing Far Cry 3. That is very loud just because I can't hear myself really tick. But yeah, we've been live the last few days playing Far Cry 3. Oh my god. But yeah, so we've been live the last few days playing Far Cry 3. Now, I know it's a bit early too. Usually it's 6:30 or so with the cabin in on the Wednesday and the Saturday. But basically, I'm here. Obviously, this is my first week of retirement and to go to college, etc. But of course, there's very little to do. Basically, I've done a few things around the house, but apart from that, nothing really else to do. So basically, I'm kind of just sitting around, apart from playing the game and stuff, doing a bit of things around the house. That's basically it. Nothing major, to be totally honest with you. All very quiet stuff. Give me 2 seconds. What's this? So I just need to make sure this is fine. Hello, Brian. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, like the prologue. We didn't talk much about the leaks, but yeah, the prologue was leaked. What I mean by the prologue, the first 5 minutes or so of it, which is pretty scum if you ask me for Bitcoin or whatever the kind of currency he's looking for. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be about 30 minutes, I think. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, the leaks too have kind of narrowed it down a bit. But apparently they can't catch him. They can't get him. So. They haven't got him yet, so I don't know if they're going to get him. But I'm looking forward to as long as he doesn't link it before they have it, because he could have and link it before they get it. But let's be fair, it's stupid for Netflix because let's be fair, it's going to be leaked straight away as soon as it's on Netflix. They're not going to wait for 6 hours. Somebody's going to link it to the internet. It's the internet, So good luck in trying to look after that one. But we see how we go. But I'm looking forward to it. It's about 2 a.m. our time tomorrow night. I think something like that. It's about 2 o'clock or so when it comes out on YouTube from Rockstar here in Ireland. But I don't know. Probably will leak before that. Hopefully, allegedly, of course, to any lawyers watching. But yeah, that's apparently what's going to happen. So we see how we go. But I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's not that long now. It's only about 85 days or something to GTA 6 come out in November. Because remember, next Tuesday is the 1st of September, would you believe? So yeah, not long at all at this point. Not long at all. Not long at all. So yeah, hopefully, probably not many people around because we are a bit early, as I say. And of course, I didn't put it up too. I said it earlier on in the live stream, but only people were there at the time when I said it. But basically, this is just the usual episodes compared to live all week. Basically, we'll probably be live later on too. We might do a bit more Far Cry. It feels like it's free. Yeah, it kind of does in a way, but you have to pay for it. You paid for it after. But an Xbox and stuff, they don't take the money until near enough the time or something like that. Like PlayStation, they take it straight away. So I don't know about free. But especially because it seems like a lot of people got the unlimited edition, basically the €100 edition. So a lot of people got that instead of the €80 edition. So €100 for a lot of people is a lot of money. For a lot of people who are struggling and stuff, it's a lot of money, €100 or so. But yeah, but we see how it goes, and it'll be interesting times then when GTA 6 comes out, because basically nothing's going to be working at all. Nobody's going to be working in any jobs or anything. Everybody's just going to take days off and stuff. But yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see because people are going to lose their mind basically when it comes out. Yeah, I ordered this straight away myself. I bought two €100 vouchers, so I spent €200 on buying GTA 6, the Unlimited Edition, on the two, the Xbox and the PlayStation. So I spent a lot. I booked the days off work too. Jesus Christ. Imagine if it doesn't come out, that'd be the biggest troll ever. But yeah, so I basically spent €200 on getting the 2 editions, which is a lot of money when you think of it too. Like when I was working there just part time, etc. My weekly wage was only €250 a week, and think about that. The 2 games literally were €200, nearly the full week salary. And not a full week, but only a 20-hour week, etc. Which is a lot of money when you think about it too. But look at. You only live once, you can't bring it with you. That's the thing. You could have all the money in the world. I think that's the greatest thing about life is you're born into life with nothing. And when you go, you go with nothing, basically, too. You can't bring your house, you can't bring your witches. That's what makes everybody equal in this world, regardless of who you are. Yeah, I bought one on Xbox and the one PlayStation, yes, indeed. We could see it's the same with when Red Dead Redemption came out. You could do different options. So, say for example, I want to say there's an option in some part of the story where you can do this instead of that. You know what I'm saying? And on the other playthrough, I do the opposite, basically. So on my other, even though I can switch, you can do multiple saves, etc. I would rather go onto the other couch and do a fresh new playthrough, etc. Like we would playing 2 at once, but yeah, but that would be probably a year anyway. That'd be definitely a year before it gets. That'd be next year by the time we'll be talking about that. Hello, Shawnee. Good evening. Jesus, this chat, like I don't know, YouTube must have updated like the live stream chat and stuff because it's basically jumping out at me now. It's such a big, like beforehand it was so small, the writing. Now it's in such big letters, like it's huge letters. Like it's jumping out at me, which is a good thing because oftentimes I had to squint sometimes to see what was said. So at least that's good because it's big thick letters. Like I nearly could see it from way over the other side of the road, the other side of the field there. I could go behind the back of the field there and look at it and see it from there. So that's good. But yeah, so basically we'll be playing the game later on too, Far Cry, but try and get it done. I don't know when I don't know when we'll be able to. What is that one as a home? What am I trying to say? I can't think of it now. I was going to say something now, I can't remember. Great stuff. Yeah, no, I have to look into that. Just remember something I have to look into too. I'd probably wait and see, just to fact check that before I say it. I was going to say something, but I probably should look into it before I say it. Because I'm not 100% sure. Why is that late? So I'm not 100% sure, to be totally honest with you. So I probably shouldn't say it if I'm not 100% sure. Hello, Gordon. Good evening. Sorry, just give me a second because I just remembered something. I was going to tell you, but I probably should look into it. Just give me a second. I get to your comment. Just when I thought of it. Yeah, just so I remember. Fuck. What are we giving out with Gordon? Using bad language, disgraceful. Okay, I understand. Browser extension and stuff. No, I don't think that's it. I think it's just an update on YouTube's end. Like YouTube, I had to update YouTube on my computer and everything, basically. Because it was an update, like a bug fix or something. So that must improve that too, because you can see it more better. Now, I wouldn't have a clue with browser extension. I'm not that tech savvy, as I say. But it probably no good to me. So I think my brain's fucked, regardless of what I do. Oh yeah, but I don't know. I don't think we'll do any good because even the national school they tried like different colors, like different text and different colors. In terms of, say for example, let me find something. Like say for example, this is a page, right? This is a page. Say for example, this is a page. There's loads of letters on it. Say for example, the whole page is full of letters. They were talking about they tried it in school like color patterns in terms of this part of it blue, this is part of be green, etc. So it would help you more. It basically did fucking nothing to me. So I don't take it, I don't take so much of. I suppose I'm too used to struggling on. Because even when I was at college, the course that I did, there was no help apart from the dyslexia pen, which I didn't use. Because I thought it was just too nuisance. It was too slow, basically. That was the problem with it. So, but basically, got no help, and I had to kind of struggle through it because I was used to it. Because throughout my school life, I got no help. Basically, got 20 minutes a week in secondary school. That was it. That was all the help you got. So good luck. So yeah. What is it? Open dyslexia. Well, I can look at it now. Actually, just when I'm here, because I'm kind of just chilling at the moment. Oh. I have a look at it now when I'm just here. So you'd be more tech savvy than me. Open dry. I put open dry. Get late. Give me a moment. Open dry. That's the I put into it by mistake. Give me a second. Open dry. Oh, I've seen actually this before. I heard somebody talking about this before. I've heard about this before. I've seen some articles up about this at one stage. Because it vaguely looks familiar. Yeah, I could look into that, but I don't think it'd do me much good. Coming to think of it, I did see it in an article before. There was some article. I don't know. I'm looking at it here now. I don't know, to be totally honest. I could try it. I suppose only if I was trying it, but I'm looking at it now. What you're talking about. I don't know actually. It's hard to know what it. Because I say I'm just an idiot anyway. I don't think it make any difference. But I can try it sometime. But I'm looking at the letters and stuff that you're talking about. But I don't know. Because I think my mind's just fucked anyway, so I don't think nothing's ever going to help me. I don't think. But I can try it sometime. Yeah, I just write that down in my notepad here. This thing. Like I'm looking at it and stuff. I don't really know. I suppose you won't know until you're writing something like a letter or something like that. Then you would know. But I don't know. I don't think so. Guess what? What are we guessing? I think we all know the answer to this one. But yeah, no thanks, Brian, for that. I'll try it out sometime. The only way we're going to know if I try it out. But I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm just too used to struggling on my own. Which is a sad thing to say, but that's the thing you have to put up with when you live in Ireland. So yeah, we'll probably get started. I know I've been yapping a bit. Where should I start? This is the thing. So I just want to start with the journal.ie released this yesterday. I think it was yesterday, yeah. The data said this: when you were told not to use your hose to water your flowers, not that hose, the other hose, the whole garden hose. The data said this was using double the amount of water. So they were using hundreds of tons of water before. So they were using more than over hundreds of tons. So data says it's used over 514 million litres of water between May and July this year. So pretty much double the amount they usually use between them months, not even years, months. Meanwhile, Paddy and me were told not to use our hose. Hello, it's Adrian 1916. Hope we're well. Good evening. Hope all's good. This Wednesday evening with you. But yeah, we were told not to use our hose for the water the flowers or to wash the cow and to save the water. But yeah, the data set this was just fucking using 514 million for just May to July. That's only a month. They're using 514 million liters of water to cool down the data centers. While you and me couldn't use our water, or and then there was telling people to snitch on their neighbours if they were using the hose, etc. This is the clown world if we take this as reality. It is reality, it's clown world, but yeah, it's crazy to believe that this is reality. This happened. This is not a sketch. Using AI, but what exactly we're just creating images of what we're using. They're just asking random shit or what were we doing? Like there's people that are addicted. I know people that just fucking they can't live without the AI. They literally won't even look up anything. Anything they want to look up is always the AI that gets it for them. And when you do that, I'm always that I only use AI now and again. But I always look into the things myself. I always read through it and write it down, even though it was a detriment to me. I probably should be the one to be using the AI because dyslexia, etc. But I rather go through the hardship because basically my whole life is spent in hardship. So, so I like the misery, Mrs. Dyer. But you know. But no, there's people that I know that won't even look up anything themselves. It's always the AI to go to, which is insane. Oh yeah, with that's right. That's right. Yeah, forgot about that. So the other thing I want to just talk about, just mention actually, that my good organisations here in Ireland are very upset that the Irish government are pursuing and going to probably go ahead with it, and rightly so, to do an 8-year wait to get citizenship in this country, which I think is appropriate. I do think it's appropriate. You shouldn't get a 5 minutes when you're here. So a lot of the media were up and down saying this is racist, far right, extremism, you name it. But it's only right. So yeah, we see how that goes. But it most likely will go ahead with it because it is being abused to high heaven, the Irish citizenship. There's people that are here only for 5 minutes and get it. It's being abused to high heaven. And everybody can see it. No, you have to be blind not to see it. The other thing I want to talk about, just actually the other day, most people under the age of 35, so people like myself, believe they would never be in a position to buy their own home. Study shows, and it's very very sad because we're talking about. I think what it said was 96.7% or something like that. So we're talking about nearly 100% of the people that asked, young people under 35, basically said they never have a hope of owning a house. And that's nearly 97%. That's nearly 100%, basically. And unfortunately, as the years go on, it's going to be 100% because no young person under 35 can ever hope to be able to buy their own home. And that's very sad to see. It's 96.7%. Very, very sad to see. And it's only increasing. It's going to increase. But nobody under the age of 35 believes, or even in their lifetime, they'll never be able to afford a home. So they could live into 90 and they still would never be able to buy their property outright. It just goes to show you that the country's fucked in terms of when that kind of stuff you see, it's just fucked altogether. But yeah. Everything's fucked. Great stuff. Yeah, but it's more than Nepal than Tibet. Like it was a avalanche, etc. And caused the tsunami, kind of. There's apparently 2 Irish people that are missing, probably dead. But it's terrible stuff. It's awful stuff. It is awful. It really, really is awful. There's definitely more dead than they're saying. It could be it could be thousands of people. God knows how many. But definitely thousands, unfortunately. The saying, I think it's only saying at the moment it's about 90 or 100. There's definitely thousands. There's definitely 3,000 or 4,000 dead. There's 2 Irish citizens missing. Unfortunately, they probably won't be found. That's the thing. I don't think they could have survived that. We hope, but I don't think so, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, they'll be found safely, but I don't think so. I say a lot of people are missing and they'll never be found, unfortunately. It's a sad state of affairs. It really, really is. Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, Gordon, have to agree with you on that. So the one thing I want to talk about too, just in the Cavan Monaghan area, a lot of people are talking about this, not even just in this area of Cavan, but a lot of people in general are talking about this. There was over 500 incidents of domestic violence reported in County Monaghan. Now, a lot of people were talking about this when I posted too, but I said there's only 65,000 people or so in County Monaghan, in all of County Monaghan. There's about 94,000 here in County Cavan. There's 65, so it's a lot less people in Monaghan than there's in Cavan. But long story short, I was saying about 65k people and over 500 incidents last year alone. Um, so if you add 500 incidents every year, that's an awful lot of incidents. We could be talking about in 5 to 6 years, it could be 5,000, 6,000 incidents in a small county like Monaghan with a small population. Like, we're not talking about a big city with 7 million people or something like that. We're talking about a small county, really. This is a small county, County Monaghan, etc., with 65,000 people. There's 500 instances of domestic violence, some of them very extreme, with very physical, very physical, very violent assaults. On particularly women, it shows particularly the statistics here show particularly women. Some men, there is some men, but it's not the majority. 98% of the cases are women being abused, etc., by their husbands, by their partner, etc. And then 2 or 3 instances, cases of men being abused by women. And that does happen, but it's mainly women get abused by their husbands and by their boyfriends, etc. Now, we do have a nationality. A lot of people are saying these are probably asylum seekers, etc. Maybe so, but we don't know. Some of them probably are in it. I say it's probably a small, it might not be a huge minority, but I say it is some, probably is some there. But I say there's a lot of Irish too. Unfortunately, the financial situation of a lot of people too is causing strain in people's relationships, etc. And that's what we're seeing up and down the country. And we are seeing that around the country, not just in County Monaghan or in County Cavan, right across the board, basically. So long story short, it's an awful lot of violence, basically. 500 incidents last year, just the Monaghan alone, which is an awful lot. It really is an awful lot. Just in such a county, like, as I say, 65,000 people, that's all that's in Monaghan. So, which sounds like a lot, but when you really think about it, it's not that big compared to Dublin or compared to other places. It is a very small county compared to, say, County Cavan, even too. County Cavan has 14 times or so the population of County Monaghan. I think it's 14 or 16 times, something like that. Something like that. I'm not too sure what it is, but yeah. Yeah. What is the god that is streaming one pilot? It's a very nice song. Yeah, unfortunately, we'll be able to play it here because literally just going on to what I was going to say. Unfortunately, my live stream last night, when I was playing Far Cry 3, there was a copyrighted music in it, and unfortunately, YouTube was very upset and basically demonetized the video and basically blocked it in Russia, in Belarus. Like YouTube's already banned there, just to say. So they banned me again. That I cannot allow to watch in Russia or Belarus. So unfortunately, Vladimir Putin can't watch my live stream. Hello, Fiona. Good evening. But yeah, I kid you not. But I'm afraid that if I play extra, like any more copyrighted music, they're gonna nuke me into the sun. So I'm probably looking into it later. Yeah, but I can't play it on stream, unfortunately. The other thing I was just about to say before I got interrupted. So this is to do with Irish ferries going to England and ferries coming from England to Ireland and Ireland to England on ferries from Dublin or from Cardiff or from Liverpool or Manchester. That there will be a requirement now, from now on, from the 26th of September, this time next month, basically, that you will have to have a passport to show your identification, who you are, basically, to get to England, to get to Ireland, etc., which is only right because unfortunately has been abused to high heavens by asylum seekers fleeing from England because they've been denied to stay in England, so they come over here for extra benefits, etc. And unfortunately, it's been abused time and time again. So it's only right. Beforehand, you used to only have to show maybe a driver's license or even just very basic ID, basically, if you were asked. If you were asked, a lot of people don't be asked. Like I know somebody that goes across to England now and again from Dublin to go to Manchester and Liverpool, And they never asked. As long as they have their ticket, like they paid their ticket to go on the boat, that's what they're asked for. But they never asked, "Who are you? Show me your ID. Who are you?" They never asked by the British authorities, the Irish authorities, like the customs or immigration, are never on the boat saying, "Who are you? Show me your papers. Who are you? What's your name?" They never, and they wanted must be. I think they told me it must have been about, they wanted about 20 times a year or something like that, a ferry going back and forth to England, because they have friends and they have family over in England too, in that part of England. So they wanted a good bit. So on about 20 times a year or so, and that's a lot. 20 times a year is a lot. And they never asked. They were never asked once for a passport or for any identification. And I remember them saying that to me. And they were saying last time when they crossed from England, there was a lot of asylum seekers, like young men, who the UK government seemed to be paying to come over here. Because let's be fair, where are they getting them? But they have Nike shoes, etc. They have all the high tech gear on and big iPhones, etc. Don't know where they're getting the money for that. But long story short, they're coming over here on the boats, etc. too. Because he's seen it himself. And then he got a boat too from Belfast at one stage. And basically, the whole lot going from England to Ireland are full of asylum seekers coming here to get extra money because they were kicked out of England. So that's what's happening. So it's only fair that they have passports and they have identification, and it's asked for. Because you pretty much beforehand, as I say about that post, as long as you have your ticket for your boat, they would never ask you anything. So it's only fair now that you won't get onto the boat unless you show me your passport. Who are you? Why are you coming here? What's your business? It's only right. It should have been done years ago. This should have been done 10 years ago. Not even 10 years ago, at least 5 years ago. If it was done 5 years ago, we wouldn't have a problem at the moment. But yeah, it needs to be done. It should be done straight away. It shouldn't be next month because a lot of people probably wash into the country now. But it should have been done immediately. But of course, they need to give people notice, etc. Of course, I'm not saying that, but yeah. But we hope they might change something because immigration is far too high in this country. The other thing I want to talk about is the House of the Oireachtas. So this is the Dáil and the Seanad. They're pretty much over forecasting money. What I mean by that is for terms of day-to-day running of the Oireachtas. It could reach 24 million, like over budget by 2027. Which is basically next year. So there could be 24 million over budget basically next year for the one of the House of the Oireachtas. Of course, all the TDs, drinks and food, etc., all on the taxpayers' expense, of course. But what I'm trying to say, they don't have enough money, so they have to probably up taxes to pay for the TD salary, like to pay for the meals, etc. Oh, they have to do that, and our yoga classes and all that. Oh God, what can we do? So it's a very sad life when you see that members of the Oireachtas can't live the life of Wiley. Unfortunately. So the other thing I want to talk about is this fellow from Brussels. What I mean by that is this fucking sleepyhead fellow that we sent over to Brussels, him and Ryan. The people sent them packing. Unfortunately, he's still around. The people told him to go and jump a lake. But unfortunately, he's still around, and he's talking shit now. He's talking about green electric vehicles should have plates to encourage people to switch for the sake of our children. Now, I don't know who the fuck asked him to talk about this, but long story short, he's talking shit. And he's like, Daddy and Mummy, why are we driving a car that's killing the planet? Like, the child will be wondering, Mummy and Daddy, am I going to be able to afford to live in this country? Am I ever going to be able to buy a house? Am I ever going to be able to own anything? I can't even own my games, Mommy and Daddy. So why the fuck would I care about what car we're in? Like, I can't own my games. Sony's trying to take all my games. So, like, I think the kids of the day have a bit more to worry about than fucking what car we're driving, But yeah, Eamon Ryan, he just woke up and so he came out with that. So, good man, Eamon. Minister Eamon Ryan. So yeah, great stuff, mighty stuff. The other thing I want to talk about is to do with the Garda recruitment. Now it's fallen short again, the same as last year, fallen short. There's not enough people wanting to join the Garda. Shocker, Howard shock face. There's no Irish people want to join the Garda anymore because let's be fair, the Garda are basically just a criminal organisation at this point. Basically, they're there to beat up old grannies and allow in the world where they sit back and do nothing. And of course, they won't go and arrest the criminals and all there. And if they could do that, then they'd be doing some good. But they won't do anything. They refuse to do anything. They're basically the government's lapdog, basically. They would just basically take whatever orders is thrown at them and not question it. So no Irish person wants to join the Gaudi, shocker. So basically what they try and get people from abroad to join the Gaudi, but even they don't want to join the Gaudi because they're like, this fucking whole lot of it's just fucked. So everybody's fucking sick and tired of the Gaudi anymore. And they can't get anybody, basically. So yeah, only 800 or so would graduate this year. Fewer than 800 will graduate this year. So fewer, they're not even the recruitment target they wanted. I think they said about 1,000 new Gaudi. So they didn't even meet, and that's the second year in a row. This is not just the first year. So there you go. Mighty stuff. I know I'm going through a lot now at the moment. But yeah, is there anything anybody wants to say? Sorry, just because I know I'm yapping on a good bit. So now is the time if anybody has anything to say. Hello, Shawnee. Hope all's good. Happy Wednesday. Hope all is well with you. But yeah, no, the other thing I was just going to talk about, no, it's not to do with politics, but Xbox has announced that they're going to do this to digital features, which allows console owners to digitalize their physical games. So basically, you own something to be happy, basically. So Xbox is being based. PlayStation's not being based. They want you to own nothing to be happy. And now Klaus Schwab has a stake in PlayStation. He wants them to own nothing to be happy. Yeah, what's the story going? Let's be honest. What is the situation? Yeah, about that. It's about nearly 100,000, yeah, give or take. But a lot of Gaudi are very upset because a lot of them can't take any holidays and they're working long days, etc., especially with the European presidency. And especially now with Donald Trump coming, like a lot of them are working around the clock. Because there's simply not enough Gaudi in cavan, they haven't got enough. Like there's Gaudi that are sick, that are not fit for duty. There's one Gaudi taking cavan. He has something wrong with his leg. He hurt his leg and stuff. Like he had to get an operation or something. And he's on duty because they can't get anybody to replace him. So he can't go on sick leave because there's no guard to replace him. Oh, well, thank you. That's very appreciated, Gordon. Thank you. But yeah, no, life is worth living. There's a lot of beauty to life. But unfortunately, there's a lot of negative to life. But the good times mean more when there's bad times. You know, the good times are always something to look forward to because there's always more good times to come. And it's the same for bad times, but there's always a good day to come. And I suppose it's only in the hope that there will be another good day soon. But yeah, there's always goodness in the world. It's always hard to find it. But there is a lot of goodness. You just have to look around. There's a lot of things in life to live for. Yeah, more overtime. But this is the thing, like working long shifts, etc. A lot of the Gaudi don't want to do that, and doing a lot of paperwork and stuff. As I said about that Gaudi in Cavan, he had an operation done on his leg, and he's on duty, even though he probably should be at home resting. Because there's simply not Gaudi to take his place. There's no Gaudi, so he has to do it. And then there's Gaudi being hurt, etc. And then they have to go back out on duty, etc. Yeah, it's always been tough. But not so much. The last few years has been very tough on people. Years ago, life wasn't... I nearly think people were more happier years ago. Things made sense, even when I was younger and stuff. Times were tough, don't get me wrong, but I think things are more simple. And things were more simple and things were more affordable. If you worked hard and done your best years ago, you could get somewhere. Basically, if you put your shoulder to the wheel and done your bit, and you did your bit and put your head down and do a bit of work, etc., you could go somewhere. Basically, nowadays you could bust yourself day in day out, and you get no thanks for it. Basically, them days are long gone. Basically, like people busting their ass silly, and they're basically getting nowhere. Years ago people could afford to buy a house, etc. Nowadays it's unaffordable, even other stuff, like minor things years ago. But things were doable. What I'm trying to say, things were achievable years ago. Things were hard, don't get me wrong. but people were more. I think people were more happier. I think people understood a lot more, and I think people were more united. Like families and stuff were more united, and people were more united. Um, but nowadays that's all gone to the dogs, unfortunately. Um, so I nearly think this is the hardest like times in years, probably since the Second World War. I know that sounds insane, but it probably is. Like it really, really is. Like things are so unaffordable for so many people, etc. It's nobody can do anything. This no young person has the ability to do anything. Years ago, as I say, people could achieve something. People could, if you were willing to work out and do your bit. That was basically the whole gist years ago. If you worked hard and done your bit, you get somewhere. But things avoid, but wholesome and don't, yeah. Exception of the scales that these house call, yeah. But not even that, like even just the basic things, just even get a house. Like I seen in some part of the country, I think it was down in Cork or something like that. We're just talking about a fucking bungalow. Like we're talking about a bungalow with maybe 5 rooms in it, a kitchen, a living room, 2 bedrooms. They're looking for 250,000 for it. You would have been mad saying that to somebody years ago in the 60s and the 70s. That'd be 250,000 for this small bungalow in back end of nowhere in Cork. It's not even in a town. Like it's literally out in the middle of nowhere, and they're looking for 250 grand for it. Like how could some young person, take for example, that's coming out of college, how could they do it? Like how could they buy that? How could they pay it off? How could anybody do it? You know, like I get it, yeah, but even for just the basic stuff, like I'm not saying about getting the best house, the $1 billion house, or anything, just for the basic thing. I know people exceptions are off the charts, but I'm just even saying for the minor thing. Like I know so many young people who can't even get a place to rent without even talking about buying a house. Like the basic thing, like they're looking for basic, and they can't even get anything for the wage salary and stuff. Um, But yeah, some people's exceptions are off the rails. But even just for people, like even just the basic stuff, it's unaffordable nowadays. Basically, as I said, with people I know want to try and rent the house. Like there was a few of them wanted to get together. There was 5 or 6 of them wanted to get together to go to college in Dublin, and they still couldn't afford to pay it because it was nearly €2,000 a month, along with the bills, etc. So they couldn't do it. Even 5 of them together, they couldn't do it on the student money, etc. So it just goes to show you. And then even not other people, I know even other people trying to get houses in Cavan for rent. And they can't afford it, like in County Cavan, and they're working. One of them was working full time. They're working full time. They're working 45 hours a week, and getting good, decent money, but they still can't get anything for 2 million. Yeah, that's out of the question of that. But you get what I'm saying, Johnny. Like it's things are too expensive for people, and things are far like. In terms of electricity and stuff like that, people being robbed of life, especially rent and stuff. People being robbed of life. Like years ago, things like rent and stuff was cheap enough, but nowadays it's fucking insane. And it just goes to show you with immigration, like because young people can't even get the foot in the door. They can't even get their foot in the door. Like years ago, you could get your foot in the door, but nowadays you can't. Like like as I said about that stuff, I don't know what you hear at the time. Like 96% of under 35s at the moment believe they'll never own their own house. 96%. This is the future generation. A lot of them, particularly my age in the 20s, they don't ever hope of buying their own house. So when you see that, there's something very, very wrong. Because when you look at home ownership, particularly, even in the 60s, even in the 70s, it was very, very high. Like 70% in some cases in Ireland could own their own home in the 70s and 80s. Nowadays, it's barely probably from 10%. It's probably not even 5%, let alone 10%. But yeah, it's just the whole society's gone mad. Yeah, she's going back to school. Yeah, a lot of schools going back at the moment, yeah. Well, very best of luck in our school. Hope all goes well. Yeah, I remember there's some Paddy Jim stuff. Yeah, I remember he killed his family, and it was the principal. I think was he principal, vice principal. It was one of the two. But I know I remember it. I remember it very well. It was a big thing back in Cavan that time. Yeah, but hello, Mikey. First of all, yeah, but this is the thing. Like I know people who are retiring and they've worked, for maybe 40 years of their life. There's one woman I know who worked 30 years, and she basically gave up her job when she had children to mind the children. So she was basically on kind of what they call was can be a home payment, like social welfare. And now she's at pension age. She's 66 now. She's pension age. And they won't give her the full pension. They won't give her the full state pension. Even though that woman worked 30 years. That woman worked 30 years. Even though she raised her children for maybe, she had 3 children, so she raised them for the last 20 years. Um, but long story short, she paid into a pension. Like she paid for 30 years into a pension. And now after her working 30 years, the state wants her to go for non-contributed pension. So basically all what she worked for, them 30 years, all that she paid into, basically went to nothing, basically. What I mean by that, she's getting a non-contributed pension. Basically, the same as somebody that never contributed in their life. And the kicker is that it's nearly more on the non-contributory pension than it is for the your pension that you contribute to. Like, even when I was working there for the last 4 years, I was paying into a pension every week. And I'd probably never see that pension, unfortunately. I'd probably be dead long before I get it. But it's an awful lot of money to take out in the pension and stuff. And who knows if I get the fact of the matter that I haven't signed on. Like I haven't signed on the dole. I should be probably signed on because I'm not at work, etc. Not at college at the moment, even though it's not worthwhile for 2 weeks. Like that will affect your pension when the time comes. They will be asking where were you when you were here, because that does happen. I've heard of one case before where I think the woman left the country for about, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks. I think it was to visit family or something. The she lost her job. This is back during when the country went bust in 2008. And social welfare was wondering where these people went for them 5 weeks. I think it was 5 weeks. Yeah, it was about 5 or 6 weeks. And they were visiting family abroad, and she didn't get the full pension because she wasn't contributing for 5 weeks. So social welfare didn't give it to her. She didn't get the full pension. That just in that case, Dave, for example, because she wasn't on the books for 5 weeks. So that'll probably come back to bite me when I'm 90 years old, when I get the pension. But yeah, so long story short, probably I'll have to forfeit my pension that I've worked for the last 4 years, I said. Even though there's a good bit in it, but you probably never get it, unfortunately. Yeah, it was around 2018 or something, around that, yeah. But it's a joke. Like the pension system itself is a joke. As I said about that woman, she worked 30 years. 30 years is a long, long time. And then when she had her children, she gave up her job to raise her children, to look after her children, to get them, to teach them manners, to look after the house. Because having 3 children is a lot of responsibility. And this is not now, but this is, she's older now. She's in her 60s. This is when she was in her 50s and 40s to raise the children, except the 3 children. And now that woman that she worked for 30 years, so basically what she went out to work for 30 years is basically nothing because she's getting a non-contributing pension. And the worst thing about it is there's more money in the non-contributing pension, the pension she paid into. So I don't know how that works, Mikey. So it's nearly not worthwhile to work in this. To work in this country. It's disgraceful. Yeah, stamps and stuff. Yeah, like I never. I say I have a good lot. I never looked at the stamps. I say I have a good lot, but I say I have an awful lot. I say I do have an awful lot for the last 4 years. I never ever looked at it. I never cared to look at it because I'd probably be long dead by the time I get there. It could be 90 years old by the time you get your pension, because it will be 70 probably eventually. So don't know. Don't think I ever get to it. But long story short, too, I probably never have another job again, unfortunately, too. What I mean by that is even if I get the biggest degree in the country, nobody's going to employ me, down to my views. So that's the problem I'm having. So that's probably never be paying into a pension again because I won't be working. I won't ever get a job. So, so what can you do? But yeah. Hello, Emanoni. Hello, Andy. Good evening from the sunny Tenerife. Oh, Jason, Tenerife. But yeah, I hope we're well. I hope all's good in Spain, Tenerife. Hope you're enjoying the good weather. I hope you're enjoying your holiday too. I hope you're having a good time. Thank you for checking in, but I hope you're having a good time over there. I hope it's not too many late nights. But enjoy yourself. Enjoy it. It's always good to get away from everything, to relax and stuff. Yeah, it is a joke. Like, it's just people fucking yapping. That's all it is. That's nothing gets achieved. It's just yap. Indeed. But no, it's all fucking yap. Like the same with the doll. It's also all fucking yap. Like it's fucking useless yap. Like it's the same with the doll goes back Friday. It's going to be fucking yap. And nothing ever changes. No bother, no bother. Sorry, just give me a second. Yeah, no, just making sure that's not an email. Yeah, we were just talking with him and Ryan there about what he was on about. So nobody's passing any remarks. Everybody's just ignored him. Nobody's listening to him. Because he just woke up from a nap and he didn't know where he was and he was just talking shit. So nobody cares for him and Ryan. So yeah, we'll probably be back on in another while, Far Cry 3. We still have an awful fucking lot to do. Now, I don't know when my college is starting, as I say. It could be 2 weeks. Could be another week, what I'm trying to say. Not 2 weeks, but it could be another week and a bit. I still don't know yet. I don't think they know themselves. But it's starting within the next few weeks. So I want to kind of get it done before that. So hopefully, touch wood. Hopefully, touching wood. But yeah, I think we went through an awful lot there, so we'll probably just chat among us. How sad does that sound? Because I kind of just fired a load of stuff at you for the last, well, not even 40 minutes, probably even 20 minutes. Well, about 30 minutes there, I'd say. I just kind of fired everything at you. Yeah. Fired everything. Also, I may have word just to say. Now, I have very little details to tell you at the moment because I don't know myself. But I can tell you this bit. This is to do with Monaghan, particularly when I said about next month, from the 18th to the 21st. Particularly on the 21st, there's a Monday. I know it's a work day too for a lot of people. But I'd be in Monaghan the 21st. Most likely in Monaghan town. I don't know. Very likely, actually, in Monaghan town. And the most likely will be an event in the Monaghan County Library. Well, not in the library itself, but in the building of the library. To do with the EU presidency and Finland, particularly, and to do with International Peace Day. Because International Peace Day is the 24th of September. It kind of will be a peace summit. So I'm going to be there. And other people, you can come and see me if anybody wishes to be there on the 21st, etc. Of September. Now, I don't know the time, but I'm able to tell you that it is going ahead on that date. That it's very likely going to be there. Peace in the Peace Campus, yeah, that's where it's going to be. It's long story, but when I get more details, I'll put it up. But I'm just telling people here and now that's when it's going. So if anybody wants to meet me and stuff, you can come there. But I think you have to register to go to it. Like you have to register to be able to go. Like he's in Mongolia, Ryan. That's the place for him. Send him to Mongolia. But yeah, so most likely we'll be there. You probably have to register for it because I had to register for it, like put my name down for it. So I don't know. We'll have to wait for today, because I don't know yet. Because how I know about it, I was talking to somebody yesterday about it, and they put my name down for me. But I don't know. I have to see because I don't know if it's up yet. I don't know if the website because he did say I had to put your name down for it. So I don't know. So I have to see. So, but I'm just saying I will be around on the 24th. As I say, I don't know the time. Most likely be sometime in the morning. But I don't know much to be told. So I know it is going ahead. I know where it is. Don't know what room I'm in, but I know it's there. But I don't know the whole shebang about it. But yeah, so I don't know what anybody would be up in Monaghan that. Or around if you happen just to be around Monaghan, etc. I don't know because it's a Monday too. But if anybody wishes to go and stuff, I'll be around. But I'll be around basically all that weekend beforehand too. If anybody wanted to go up for the weekend, I know Misha was on that day. The 18th, yes, that's on the 18th. But I'll be there basically the 19th to the 20th. So I'm basically there all weekend, basically. Yeah, it's the 19th, sorry, apologies, yeah. But I'll be there the 20th. It's a Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. Like the 18th, 18th to the 24th, I'm there, yeah. Where am I? Sorry, 18th. Yeah, so that's Saturday. Makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, that whole weekend I'll be basically in Monaghan, and that Friday and that Monday. As I say, if I hear more about the 24th, if anybody wants to come, you can. I have to just where is my phone? I had it there a second ago. I have to. I'm weighing up the person tomorrow that I was talking to, because I was talking to him yesterday. I was only talking to him for about a few minutes. I didn't get all the details now. I probably should have got a lot more details. But I was kind of, I don't mean to be mean about it, but I was kind of half listening. What I mean by that, at the time, I was doing something else. No, actually, this is when I was live streaming yesterday. Yeah, this is when I was live streaming. And he was talking to me on the phone about it. At one stage, I don't know if people remember yesterday. He was on to me yesterday about it during my live stream on the Far Cry. And I kind of was trying to get back to my live stream because I was talking for a good few minutes. It was nearly 5, I think 7 minutes. And basically after that, I had to go back to my live stream. So I wing him back tomorrow and talk to him about it. He might have said something I didn't hear him say it. But I don't know. But I know it's there, and I know it's the 24th, but I don't know much else. After this, yeah, she's been about to Greta Thunberg, not here in Cavan, but she's been about in Ireland. She was in Dublin and stuff, in Belfast and stuff. So she's been about. I don't know where she's been, but she's not here at the moment, I don't think. So I don't know where the fuck she was going, whereabouts. She could have been here, I don't know, but I don't think so. Somebody would have said something if she was around Cavan. But I suppose she's kind of fits in, I suppose, in a bit. But I don't think it'd be Greta Thunberg, because it is a Finnish-Irish thing. So there'd be no Greta Thunberg. It'd probably be more local politicians and policymakers, the ambassador, I don't know, other people probably there. But it won't be like Greta Thunberg. I don't think so. But no, this is the event I was trying to get Santa to go to. Just as I was saying, this is the event I was trying to get, like, Monaghan County Council to get Santa to go to. Because basically, if you read the brief of it, like you would say Santa Mountain, 100% you should get up. But of course, these councils, well, not these councils, these people. Like, I was literally like, this could be the best thing ever if you'd done this. Like, it would bring such attention to Monaghan, etc. And I've said this fucking 10 times at this stage. And unfortunately, they just won't listen. They want to build their headquarters, their new headquarters. But no, this would have been the best thing they could have done. Like, it would have been amazing if they'd done it. Like, it would bring such attention to Monaghan and the EU presidency and etc. Monaghan, but no. Like, it would be nice to get done, but you know. Let me see, where was the thing? No, but because I shared it before on the community post. Oh, there. So, you know, I don't know if you can see that too well, but it's on the community posts. But it's to do basically, just read through that there. If I zoom in on maybe you can read. You see, the worst thing about a phone is that nuisance. So just screenshot that if you want and just see you can read through it. My hand is shaking. Sorry, it's the other way. Stuff the EU presidency and the EU. Well, to a certain degree, Frank, to be totally honest. But no, it's interesting stuff. Like the children are very interested in these youngs. The movements, you know, they're very interesting. So I usually would say stuff like I don't like the European presidency as a whole. But what if about Finland? I do think the children and stuff enjoy it. And it's good events too, in the ones for Finland particularly. But of course, I don't like the European Union as a whole. I said this in my other video. But I think the Finnish events are interesting. They are fun. Like the children are having good fun. Like there's loads of events with the movements and stuff. Like I was at an event there last Tuesday. Like it was a movement storytelling event, and the children loved it, and the adults too loved it too. They loved and enjoyed it. So it's a good all around. People enjoyed it and they were happy with it. It's the same with different events in Monaghan with Finland, etc. It's a lot of things we could learn from Finland too, in a way. Like I don't like the European Union as a whole. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm very proud of the European Union, etc. But no, I do think it's good, like the program that they have in Monaghan, etc. But the whole European presence as a whole, I'm not that fond of. But I don't mind, like, which is a good thing too. It's not like we're celebrating European culture; it's more Finnish culture and Irish culture, etc. But you don't see me with a European pin, etc. Because everybody I meet, like to do with European presidency, etc., they'll all have their European flags, and I'm the only one with a Finnish and Irish flag, etc. Like they're wearing the European flags, but I'm wearing the Irish Finnish flag. Like everybody else is wearing the European flag. My God, I'm good. But yeah, no, the children really like these movements, like these youths. So yeah. Sorry, pull up my trousers. But I'm still alive. Very good. Always good to hear. But yeah, so as I say, I'd be in Monaghan for that. It's supposed an excuse if anybody wanted to meet me, etc., or say hello. But basically, that's next month, just to say. I didn't even turn on my computer. No, I didn't even turn on the charger. I meant to charge my computer, but didn't. Movements, yeah, same thing. Oh yeah, he's always on for that. I wouldn't mind him. It's so nice. Joe Biden. Hello, Casty. Hello. How are we keeping? Yeah, like I don't mind like countries and stuff, but I don't like I never wore a European flag. I don't intend to start. So yeah. To be totally honest with you. But no, people are enjoying the movements things. Like a lot of people never heard of the movements before, etc. A lot of people like a lot of them in Monaghan County Cats. Like I was talking to a lot of them, etc. A lot of them never heard of Finland, the movements. So yes, of course, Brian. But yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, did anybody see the latest hit piece? Did anybody see the latest video? Yeah, well, thank you. Of what? Martin Juju has made another video. The West has fallen. Like that Finnish fella that we banned. What was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago? He's made another video. He's obsessed. But I don't know. I suppose maybe some of the points he made was alright, but it's a long story. It's a long story. Like I would recommend having a listen to it. But like some of the points are genuine enough, but a lot of the points are getting a bit obscene. But like some of the points are genuine. Like don't get me wrong, but a lot of the stuff he's saying is a bit disingenuous. Sana Mumu, yeah, well, Sana was doing the book reading, etc. for the movements last year. She was doing movement stories. She read movement stories, etc., which was pity paste. We should have got her over here to do that, but Monaghan County Council, no. But yeah, no, I just wanted to let people know because I know some people are telling me about this, that he made another video, etc. So I know about him making another video and stuff. Like a few people asked me whether it's intend to do anything to stop him and stuff and making. But you have to remember, I have no authority to stop him. Whatever anybody wants to say online, etc. I have no grounds to stop somebody saying anything. To be totally honest, in my view, it's free speech at the end of the day. Like there's nothing I think that was too obscene. Like some of the things I think is unreasonable, but apart from that, they're perfectly entitled. People are perfectly entitled to make videos as much as they want. It's called a free country. That's what it is. Yeah, the thumbnail is hilarious. Like somebody was like the person that told me about this, and then somebody else told me about it. They were saying, "Are you the puppet? Like you're the puppet master of Santa Mountain? Like you control Santa Mountain? Like wow, what a thing." Like that's what somebody said to me, which is funny. Which I don't know was he intended them to feel like do it that way and stuff. Surely it should be the other way around. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly. Yeah, everybody seems to like these thumbnails. But I was just letting you know because I know some people probably say, "Oh, he made another video," and I like stuff. Yeah, stuff comes pretty cool. Yeah, like there was a harmonica session and stuff. Modern Catholic Cats, like with the harmonica and stuff. Would have you for breakfast? What? Of course I did. Fucking massive. Like it was 2 weeks ago. Fucking massive. Like fuck me. Excuse my language, but fucking Jesus Christ, they must have all come out of the fucking woodwork. Like good God, there must have been 30,000 people fucking in Monaghan. Like nobody could move an inch in Monaghan because of it. Thanks be to God there was nothing on that day because I seen the videos and stuff. Mother of God, where did everybody go? Why did he have such a? You're just he's upset about that. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. So I'm not him. So. Santa Mountain, no, not at all. Not at all. In a Chinese restaurant. Not at all. So for the live stream, the game and live stream, we might go live at 9 o'clock. We might only do an hour, but I say 9 o'clock be time enough. Because I want to do a few things just before I go live. She'd club him around. I don't think so. Who, me? Not being that. No, a handbag. Well, funny enough, Santa doesn't actually, majority of the time, carry a handbag. So it's very seldom you see with a handbag. No, because we banned him. Like the chat voted to ban him. I think were you here at the time when the vote passed and stuff? Like people wanted him banned and stuff, and so people voted on it. People voted to ban him. So that was pretty much it. He didn't appeal. He has the option to appeal it if he wanted to, but as far as I know, there hasn't been an appeal. My city and my game. Oh Jesus. But it was fake. What do you mean fake outside? Well, like he was banned. Like he hasn't toned up again, as far as I know. You miss him now, Fiona. But no, he was banned. I don't think it. No, as far as I know, like nothing has been told to me, as far as I know. But there's the thing for ban evasion. Like we did vote that in for ban evasion and stuff. Like he can appeal it. He has one option to appeal it if he wants to. If he wishes to behave and stuff, we can consider it. The moderators me can consider it. But he has one option to do that. He hasn't done it yet, but he can do it. Everybody's entitled to do it once if they do get banned. But yeah. Oh, Martin due to it. It's 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago in the stage. The signpost, yeah. Like those Irish flags and stuff like too. In GTA 5 too. And in Grand Theft Auto 4 there's references and stuff. There's a lot of references in GTA 4. There'll probably be a lot in Miami too, like in GTA 6. There might be a good lot of references. But it all depends if he wants to do it. We can discuss it whenever that happens. But, he hasn't done it, so as far as I know. Everybody misses him now. But yeah. But for the moment, he stays banned until we get, unless he requests an unbanned request. That's the only thing. And then we can look at it. We can look at it whenever that happens. It all depends what the moderators think, because it's not just me to make the decision. It'll be up to the moderators to decide. And then basically we will vote on it. We have a discussion about it, and all the moderators will say what they think and stuff. And if it doesn't, because there's 4 of us basically, so it would have to be 3-2. It would have to be overwhelming. You haven't said the past, so it would have to probably go to the people again to ask. Oh yeah, it's a long story, Frank. It's a long story. It's a long story if you haven't been here the last few weeks. But yeah, no, basically this was a finisher couch, etc. He wasn't necessarily arguing with me. He was more arguing with people in the comments and stuff. And a lot of people were very sick of him after, for saying stuff, etc. to them. Particularly said a few things to some of the women, like Fiona and Saoirse and stuff. They were very upset about it. And rightly so. Some of the stuff he said was very bad. Now, some of the stuff was not to me, but to some of the other people, it was very bad. I don't know, was he trying to be? I presume he was just trying to be edgy and stuff. Yeah, of course, Scottish too. Oh yeah, actually, the one thing I want to say, I meant to say this, that the first, do you remember the 3 strike rule that you want to brought in Cassidy? The first time that's been implemented, 2 days ago, there was a comment taken down due to threatening to burn a place. They were threatening to burn somebody's house, I think. Now, it wasn't specifically a threat towards an individual specifically. It was more towards support, individuals. So we had to take that down and add a strike, in terms of, the 3 strike rule in the cows. Nobody here at the moment, but it was just somebody that did it. But we have that down. But that's the first time the 3 strike rule has been used. So yeah, he has basically has 2 strikes left. But we did tell the person, that whatever his opinion, he can say his opinion, but there's no need to threaten to burn people alive and stuff. So that was that, just to let people know, because that was the first time it was done. But as I say, it's very rarely used. Usually other channels are banning people and taking comments down every 5 minutes of the day. Yeah, but still at the end of the day, the rules were made. People voted on it. And people said that they don't want it on the channel. People being threatened and stuff. People vote for it here. That time we were doing the votes, people voted for it. So that was it. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as it was a threat of violence. So we couldn't allow it, basically, because we already voted on it. So it'd be different if we didn't vote on it. People said they don't want any threats in the comments, and we had to act on that. Now, of course, yes, we didn't straight away ban him. Yes, we basically just took down the comment and added the strike. So there's 2 more strikes. We have it down his name, etc. He can still comment and stuff. We're not stopping him from commenting. But there's different ways of saying it. There's different ways of saying stuff. But yeah, that's the first time that's been used, the 3-strike rule. Too many fish. What do you mean fish? We're fishing now. Which is AI slap? Me? I'm AI slap. I presume you mean Matt and Choo-Choo. Is that what you're talking about? Like YouTube too, just history documentaries and stuff. I watch a few things historical and stuff. And every fucking video, unfortunately, now is just being taken with slap. Like AI slap that's fucking... Half of the time, it's just fucking senseless stuff. Like YouTube really should do something with slap. Like particularly, I don't mind some people using AI and stuff, but some of these history documentary stuff, it's insane. Like some of them are making up entirely fictional stuff in terms of history and stuff. Yeah, and in thumbnails. Sometimes we do, but we add the kind of stuff into it. But not very often, like only once or maybe only about 10 times, that's it. Like we do it very little. And then we always kind of add something in the background. Like we get an image generated and stuff, and then we add something in the background. So it's not like completely AI. But it's very seldom, as I say, it's very, very seldom. We've done it about maybe 10 times, that was it. So what the fuck question is that? You just get the yolk. Some people do this other side. Yeah, we voted on that. That's what I'm saying. Fact, we had votes that the last few weeks, and people decided to give people 3 chances, apart from a few exceptions when a few things are done. But we give people chances, because at the end of the day, we don't want to ban people and stuff. We don't want to be shutting people up into that. That's just a simple thing. So that's the way everybody voted on these rules, etc. Because it's not like we're making the rules. Like me and the moderators decide, no, who's allowed to talk and who's allowed to say this and who's allowed to say. Like the people of the channel voted on it, and people voted for the rules, and that was it. Because the people decided, and I think that's the fairest thing. Because it's not just us. We don't have the authority to do anything unless people give us the authority to do it. And I think that's fair. I think it's one of the unique things of the channel. Because on a lot of other channels, any criticism at all, you're gone. Like everybody can criticize me till the time comes home, till the cows come home, till the time comes home on the clock. But kind of, yeah. I think you can see that. Last few months, I think YouTube is probably so. Yeah, probably so. But you're talking about number 6. That like you can see all the other ones. You kind of can't see 5. Like here is. I have to then poke my head. Here's 5. That's 4 and 7. You can barely see when you stand here. You can see it, but with 6, you kind of have to. You can see it in dark. Like it kind of glows a bit more, but Well, thanks, Gordon. Appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. It's the 7 o'clock. Yeah, well, no shit. Thanks, Gordon, for being here. We're probably going to be here for another few minutes anyway. Excuse me, apologies. Appreciate Gordon. We'll chat to you again. We'll probably be live later on if you're back. But, if not, then we see you Saturday. Or probably tomorrow or whenever. Because we'll be live a good bit with this game. But yeah, no, the only thing about it is you can't see the 6. Like, we probably should have foreseen that. Because it was kind of like she is in black clothes and stuff. And the numbers are in black. But yeah, we probably should have today. It's a Santa clock, indeed. Every time. Yeah, but I wouldn't mind, but we did know about this problem. Because the person even said it to me, because I got it specially made, etc. Like, it is wood and stuff. That's why it's not glass. There's no glass and it's wood. It's a silent clock, too, as you can hear. Now, there's no noise. The other one used to make noise, etc. And I keep proposed making it white. But I didn't like that idea. Making, it white, etc. But yes, that's how we ended up with that. Um, yeah, Falco Dreams White Choice. It's going to be probably longer, but we'll get there at some point. Um, but we probably should have put the hands. Like the hands, I'm fine apart from six, like 6 and 5, specifically 6. But we probably should have thought about it a bit more. Yeah, we did think about that, but I kind of decided to leave it. And we kind of decided because we did think about it. We thought about it for about 3, 4 days what we were going to do because we kind of only when he done it, we kind of only realised it. Like you can see it when at night time you can see it because it kind of lights up a bit the numbers. The kind of you can see it during the night. I hear I'm on the door these days. Yes, we're tired. We're not on the door. I didn't sign on. I didn't bother my ass. I know. I've only 2 weeks until I start college, so I didn't bother my ass signing on because it's not worthwhile because it's only 2 weeks. Like it's not worthwhile. I don't want to be on the. I don't want to go near the dole office. I was on it for 5 weeks before, and I hated every bit of it. So I don't think I'm ever going to go near it. But yeah, so probably only another 2 weeks. But yeah, it's a disgrace for that. I probably should have stayed on another week or two, but I suppose it doesn't matter now. Because I kind of just wanted a week or two to myself before I started college. But I don't know when college is starting. That's the thing. So it could be 2 weeks. Could be next week before I know. I won't know until probably this week. To Friday now at the least. But yeah, so basically you kind of can say I'm on the dome. A few cashes, keep it going. I would like you. I don't know if you know this, but it wouldn't be worthwhile looking for a job for 2 weeks. It wouldn't be worth my time. Anyway, I wouldn't get it because back in March when I originally planned to leave, I went around looking for a few jobs, like odd jobs, and I wouldn't get. Nobody would give me one. Mainly down to my views, like I went to 2 local people and they said they weren't going to apply me. The reason why, because of my views. That was the only reason why. Apart from that, they said it probably would be a great work. I would turn up on time and do my work. But they didn't want my views to turn back on them. So I understand that. They have businesses to run. But I'm not going to get a job outside of anything because nobody's going to apply me. I'm too well known, particularly unless I went to some other part of the country where nobody knows me. But unfortunately, I'm too well known. Yeah, I'm doing social studies at the moment when I get there. But I can basically say nothing really else at the moment. In fact, but I'll tell you more when I started. When I started, I'll be able to tell you a lot more. But it's basically social studies. I basically have to just sit around for 2 weeks, for at least a weekend, and for this weekend. Don't know when it could start next week, could start the week afterwards. It most likely in the next 2 weeks it starts. So. But after that, after I get if I do succeed, etc. As I said to my statement of the day, it's going to be very tough. Going to be very, very tough. So that's the worst thing about it. So when you need money, but the good thing about not drinking and stuff, I have a good bit of money saved up to go, like to survive for another few weeks, But yeah, but I basically have to just do it out. Well, you never had, you never missed. That's what I like. But yeah, no, I just have to do without it for the moment. But I wouldn't bother. I hate the idea of social welfare and stuff. I hate the idea of it. For 2 weeks, like for 2 weeks at most, no, not at all. Sign on to go into the government to ask the government for money. No, not a hope. Yeah, like it is impossible. Like for an only job, like I'm talking about, like the people I asked were in Cavan, like were in Cavan town, and they knew who I was and stuff. They didn't say that I would not be a good worker. They said I probably would be a great worker because they knew me when I was on the couch and stuff. I was well talked about when I was on the couch. So, like I'd always turned up on time. I was always there. Like I never missed. Like basically, what I'm trying to say, every time I was supposed to be on time, for every time I was supposed to be there, I was always on time. Basically, so I'm a very good keeper of time and stuff. So a lot of people know that, and people know I'm a hard enough worker. But it's just down to my opinions, and that's if I said nothing, I would have got big jobs. I would have 4 or 5 jobs to take. But it's the simple facts of the matter of my opinions, and especially being dyslexic too is against you. So you're not going to get anything. Even when I get a big degree, I'll probably not get anything. I won't probably get a big degree, but you won't get much. That's the problem with speaking out and stuff. So what can you do? But when I go to college for a while, I'll be on some kind of like not the Susie grant, it's some other kind of allowance by the Irish state and stuff. But at least I'll be doing something. I'm not going to go cap in hand to the Irish government asking, "Oh yeah, can you give me money for doing nothing?" I'm not going to do that. Um, um, oh yeah, like you're entitled to the dough. Like at the moment in time, I'm entitled to job seekers. Even though I'm not going like for work at the moment, like straight away, like I'm going to college. But it's not worth my while. 2 weeks. It's not worth my while going looking for it. And I couldn't be bothered to fill in the paperwork. Um, that's just the simple truth. Right. So, and again, especially because the amount of times they've given out fuck about dole people in this country, it would be very hypocritical to go get that. Oh, I don't know. We'll see about this first. We'll see how we go fight with this, and that's going to be it. But even if I got every qualification under the sun, I'm not going to get a job. With my views and stuff. Maybe I would, but I don't think so. Because pretty much everything's against you. Particularly me, it's everything's against me. So. With your dyslexia, of course, that's a huge thing against you. And then, of course, your opinions is the big thing. That's the biggest thing going against me. But yeah. Yeah, but it'll be about 2 weeks. Even if it's 3 weeks, well able to deal with it. But most likely, college will be starting soon. I can't say at the moment, Cassie. I tell you when I get there, but I can't tell you at the moment. Mainly to security reasons. But it's a local enough. It's not like in Belfast or anything. So. But yeah, so that's that for the moment, anyway. But we see when we get there. Hopefully, all going well. But I don't want the sign on the door. Like I refuse the sign on. So, which is the thing. Not many young people would say they would want because basically getting money for nothing, and I don't want it. They can keep it. Fuck the Irish state. They can keep the money. I don't want it. I was on it for 5 weeks when I first left school and stuff. Like when I went on to my job and stuff, because it took time for to process everything and to get things organized, etc. And I hated every bit of the door, so I'm not going to go near it again. To be totally honest, I would rather starve than go begging the Irish government, because that's pretty much what you're doing. You're begging the Irish government for money, and I wouldn't satisfy them. Because that's basically what everybody that's coming into the country are doing. So I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. Even though I'm more entitled than the people turning up on boats, but you shouldn't be getting anything for nothing. That's the way I see. You have to work for what you get, or at least use a bit of effort and stuff. Like when you go to college and stuff, at least the way the government sees it, I suppose they don't have to. They kind of you're ticked off the record. So that's basically to get them out of your hair. So, but of course, so it'll be some kind of payment. I don't know. It's not the Susie grant. It's some other kind of payment. Yeah, like I wouldn't satisfy them. That's just to put it straight to you. Wouldn't satisfy them. But it's not even that. There's no Irish people in there. It's all foreign people that are looking for money. It's not. So why would an Irish person go into the dole office and stuff to look for money? Because that's usually because even when I was in it that time when I was on the dole and had to sign on, I had to fill up a big load of paperwork and stuff. Like everybody was from Nigeria or from other places. There were no Irish people. The only people who were Irish was people walking behind the desk. Like the security and stuff was foreign and stuff. There was no Irish people. So why would I go in and look for money? Being an Irish person, because it's not right. It isn't right that an Irish person goes in and looking for free handouts. It isn't right. Unless you're in a situation where you don't have a job and stuff. But yeah. But as I say, there's a lot of people on it over a year and a bit, and they should be probably knocked off it. Green sort with the dough a year ago. Oh, right, yeah. But there's many different things, yeah. But I wouldn't satisfy them. That's the be totally honest. I more wouldn't satisfy the government. I wouldn't satisfy them to say that I'm going looking money for the government. I wouldn't satisfy them. Um, so, and I can do without it. You look at what you never had, you never will. If I drop dead in the morning, it'd be no good to me. You get what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. But basically, yeah. Even though I paid stamps and stuff for the last 4 years, I wouldn't talk about it. Yeah, no bother. We'll probably go now in a second too. So I'll chat to you later. Frank. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Good question. I was thinking with that, yeah, because there's many different sorts and stuff, and there's many different things. But yeah, no, good, got it. But yeah, no, the problem is, no, the one thing I say to any young person, like you have to know the consequences of speaking out and stuff. Well, of course, I knew this from day one that I would always be targeted and stuff by the state for my views and stuff. Like rightly when you speak out against different things that you'll be targeted. And that you won't get a job and stuff. They'll come after you financially and stuff. Even though I could get jobs, so I wouldn't satisfy them. But I'm just saying for people who are looking for jobs, particularly young people leaving college, like school, etc., secondary school. If you're going to speak out, it gets up, and you have to know the consequences of your actions. Or even though it's free speech in this country, it does have an effect on you. It does take some of your life. It will make it harder, but true. As I say, I knew the consequences. I knew what I was getting into. And I don't regret it for a second. So there you go to the Irish state. Don't regret it for 1 second. I'd do it tomorrow again if I had the chance. So there you go. Fuck you, Irish state. So yeah, mighty stuff. But no, I have no regrets in anything I said. And still to this day, I have no regrets. And I think that's the best way to be. But a lot of young people, I would say to you, the best thing to do is look after yourself and your family and stuff. But don't die in a hill for pride. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, that's what I hope I am. But yeah, we'll see how that goes for me. But hopefully it'll go well enough. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for the night. We'll be back later on. For more stuff. So yeah, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll chat at 9 o'clock for more Far Cry. Thank you.